around the not the big fish. The giant sea bass are feeding up there. It's because we're eventually going to take these big boys out and weigh them to check their health, etc. And we do that by tracking it up by food. But yeah, everybody gets fed at different locations. I'm sorry, I'm totally off the subject there for you.
That's fine.
What was your question again? I'm sure it was a great question.
So giant sea bass were facing a little bit of a challenge in the early 1980s, weren't they?
Yeah, well, they're basically challenged because of what we were doing in the 60s, 70s, and 50s, and that came in the 80s. So basically, just like there are national parks on land here, off the coast, Santa Barbara, all the Channel Islands, we have marine protections. What do they actually call the community?
So yes, all those marine protected areas, which are basically underwater national parks, they created sort of a safe haven for endangered species like the giant sea bass. Giant sea bass were hunted to near extinction until the early 1980s. That's when the government stepped in and actually put some protections in them. So nowadays, they're protected by law, so it is illegal to hunt or fish for them. And because of that, their population has skyrocketed.
Yeah, but it's still pretty slow because, I mean, they don't start, creating new giant sea bass until they're about 40 years old. And they live until they're about 80. So it's a very slow process. By stopping the hunting of them, we actually enabled them to get to that 40 years again.
That's right, and that is an amazing comeback story. And it's really important too because, like we were mentioning, giant sea bass are a very integral part of this ecosystem. Without them, along with all the other animals that we talked about, these areas really couldn't survive. Now, biodiversity basically means that all these animals have a role to play and each depend on each other for survival. Not only is it going to make herbivores much healthier, but it's also going to make them a little more resilient to change. And as we know, our oceans are changing at a very fast pace. Many marine habitats are struggling to keep up with the negative effects of climate change and or perhaps ocean pollution. But because herbivores are as diverse as they are, they're going to be a little more resilient. But they still require a lot of help from us, don't they, Ben?
How good breed do they have? But I mean, not just because I like swimming in them and therefore I like them to be maintained, so I like everybody to do them and get some help about that. But my primary protection zones, I mean, they're in 4 or 5 places in the world, and they're all up and down this west coast of ours. So it's very important to maintain them and for the amount of oxygen they pump out and for the amount of biodiversity they have for very good mutual reasons. So everybody here has to do their bit, so to say.
That's right, and there are many things that we as a human